busy schedule to join us for our press conference. Can somebody turn off the music in the dining room, please? Thank you very much. At Wild Rice, we like to keep things very casual and cozy. So after this presentation, please join us for our makan kecil, which we prepared in the dining room outside, behind the house. And of course, there's lots of drinks, white wine, sparkling wine, coffee, tea, soft drinks, whatever you want. And also my special Pim's cocktail, which I made for our special guests to make them feel at home. My name is Glenn Gui, and I'm the Associate Artistic Director of Wild Rice. As you all know, we at Wild Rice always strive to keep things innovative and creative. So we often try to find unusual locations which we feel would reflect what the Singapore Theatre Festival is all about. 5 years ago, we were at the pod at the newly built National Library at the time. 3 years ago, we were in an apartment in Singapore's historic and oldest civic district overlooking Parliament House, Padang and the Supreme Court. Today, we are here in a house which was built exactly the same year as the birth of our nation, 1965, making it the same age as Singapore. This house was built by one of our first cabinet ministers, Mr. Lim Kim Sang. Mr. Lim Kim Sang was also our first Minister of National Development, and so he was responsible for the success story that we know as HDB, the Housing Development Board. He was a man with high ideals and noble vision to provide housing for the hundreds and thousands who live in poor and filthy conditions. Mr. Lim Kim Sang chose as his architect one of the first generation of Singaporean architects who studied overseas after World War II. His name was Mr. Ong Eng Han. Mr. Ong brought back with him progressive and modern ideas of architecture and design. Together, they created a house which was both bold and original for its time. This home may be 46 years old, but its design is still modern and it remains a classic. Without further ado, I'd like to invite my partner in crime and the Artistic Director of Wild Rice, Ivan Heng, to address you. Ivan.
Thank you very much, and a very warm welcome to you, members of the press, our friends from Man Investment, all the way from Hong Kong and from Australia. Angela, Tim, welcome to Singapore. Yay. Welcome, friends. I have great news for you, and I think you may have already heard. The Singapore Theatre Festival is on. Yeah! It is a cause to rejoice. There's really great reason to rejoice, not least because of a wonderful sponsor who has really risen to the challenge, stepped up to the plate and said, yes, we are all behind you, right behind you all the way, and it's none other than the wonderful institution behind the Man Booker Prize and the Man Asian Literary Prize and the Sadler's Wells Theatre in London, Man Investment. It's truly amazing. This is quite a coup, not only for Wild Rice and the festival, but also I think for Singapore. Because I think that it really is endorsement of the amazing work that goes on here that often goes uncelebrated and unrecognized. This is endorsement of the wonderful work that goes on created by the artists of Singapore, by a leading international financial institution. The fact is that Man Investments is a world-leading alternative investment manager. And I can tell you for now, straight away, that they understand something about a different and alternative perspective. They understand the power and potency of a different point of view. Man investments also, I think you have to agree with me that they know something about the art of investing. So thank you, man. Yeah, indeed, it's very, very happy for us, and this festival is going to present some of the most exciting, challenging, ambitious plays that have been written in recent history. I will talk to you about these plays and the wonderful playwrights and directors and actors that are going to be in this festival. But for now, it gives me great pleasure to welcome Mr. Tim Rainsford, who is the Managing Director of Man Investments Asia, to say a few words.
Thank you, Ivan. Taking all my lines, you're so good you could join my sales team.
I will.
Well, you've described Man better than most of them do, actually. Man is delighted to be associated with Wild Rice and with the Singapore Theatre Festival. We have a long history of association with innovative associations in art, in drama and in music around the world. As you rightly say, we are the sponsor of the Man Booker Prize. We also sponsor the Man Asian Literary Festival. We used to sponsor the festival, now the Man Asian Literary Award. But what we also like to do is to develop long-standing relationships with our partners. And so, although this is the first time to be associated here with you guys in Singapore, we certainly hope that this will develop into a relationship that lasts for a long time. Man is a business which is older than this house. In fact, we are 225 years old. And the only thing that we tend to have any claim to is the fact that we used to supply rum to the British Navy. We now stopped supplying rum to the British Navy, recognising that art, literature and drama was probably a more effective way to promote our business and our brand. So I thank you, your team, who have managed to pull this together in what has actually been a pretty tight time frame. We're delighted to be associated and we hope it's a long and exciting relationship for all of us. So thank you very much.
Okay, so now the launch of a new Singapore Theatre logo always is great cause for consternation among the bureaucrats. So we've got something new for them. And this year I'm going to ask Tim to join me in unveiling the new logo. You stand here, sir. I stand here, and then we haven't rehearsed, but okay. And maestro, music, please. Thank you. Take a seat. Thank you. So, do you like it?
Yeah.
Fierce, fierce. Having good hair, shampoo. I can tell you now that we all jumped through hoops to make this happen. And we will continue to jump through hoops, but what meaning, okay, to do this festival. I want to talk a little bit now, and I beg your indulgence. I think we need to close this door. Come in because it gets very hot in here. Thank you so much. Okay? Right. What are the plays of the Singapore Theatre Festival? The plays form the cornerstone of new writing, and new writing is really about embracing new ideas and discovering new horizons. The festival takes place in the month of August, specifically because I believe this is the time where everyone is thinking about Singapore, is thinking about nationhood. And this really is an opportunity for us to debate, to discuss, to reflect, to see, to be entertained, to enjoy ourselves and celebrate what it means to be Singaporean. Okay? But I have to say that far from navel-gazing, far from just being navel-gazing, these plays that we have chosen have a very universal human quality. And I'll tell you about them right now. Of the 3 world premieres that we are staging, the first one is written by Huzair Sulaiman, a much acclaimed international Singaporean playwright. Okay. The title of the play is called The Weight of Silk on Skin, and it really is about a middle-aged man coming to terms with midlife and talking about love and loss, and also what he values, what he personally values in this time of immense change, where in a transient world, in a fast-paced city. I think that that's a metaphor for our lives here. This project is specifically special to me because I have longed to say the words of a Huzair Sulaiman play. Any of you who knows his writing will know that he offers you beautiful language, poetry, sharp, satirical, exciting, powerful. It is also very special to me because it is being directed by a very special person who played my love, Ivy Chanpo-Chu, in 1988. Ivy Chanpo-Chu and I was her Frankie Wong in Beauty World. We also acted a lot together in university, and yes, so it's a reunion of sorts, and I'm deeply touched. This is a wonderful collaboration between Wild Rice and the amazing, wonderful Checkpoint Theatre Company. Okay. The second play that we are putting on is called Cooling of the Day, and it is written by Alfian Saad, known in some circles as the enfant terrible of the Singapore theatre. He's in good company. In the days leading up to the electrifying 2011 elections, and in these days, in the aftermath, Alfian is still going around with his pen, a pad, and a little recorder. And he is interviewing the ordinary man. He's interviewing taxi drivers, he's interviewing housewives, these are the people he interviewed. He's interviewing politicians, he's interviewing young people who were going to vote for the first time in this historic election. I felt that this play was going to be really important because it was really, amidst this party rhetoric, amidst this outpouring of public emotion, this playwright was interested in the voice of the ordinary Singaporean who felt that his vote could make a change, that his vote could contribute to the future of this country. This is why I think this play is important. He interviewed we got 70 interviews. I think he's reducing them now, distilling them, the best. But I think that we'll be able to hear something very important that captures the mood, captures the reason, captures who we are now. It will take place exactly 98 days, 98 cooling off days from the May 7th election. This is really groundbreaking. So this is a very important play. Okay, with wonderful actors, and it will be directed by Jonathan Lim. I know you can't because you know what a wonderful director he is as well. We have next the third play, which was actually recommended to me and to Alfian by Huzair Sulaiman, and it's a play by one of his students in his playwriting class. When we read this play, Alfian and I were we laughed a lot in the middle of the night. We laughed a lot, and in the last 6 pages, we both burst into tears, because this was a play about life and death, and the meaning about unconditional love. It's called Family Outing, and it's a story about a family coming to terms with their son, don't let the cat out of the bag, with their son's secret. It's called Family Outing. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Okay? Outing, get it? Okay? Now, this is Joel Tan's first play, his first full-length play, and that, by any means, by any measure, is a cause for celebration. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Joel over there. Joel is 23 years old and he's still in university. We hope that this will be the first play of many more to come. Now, as part of this festival, we decided to have an encore season of plays that were made in recent times, but which we felt deserved a bigger audience. We're talking about 2 plays that happen to be from Theatre Ekamatra, a wonderful company that struggles, like most theatre companies, but they struggle to make work that really, means something, and that captures this idea of the Singapore identity and the Singapore problem. These 2 plays won the Straits Times Live Theatre Awards for Best Script in 2009, and that is Nadira, as well as the Straits Times Live Theatre Award for Best Script for 2010. Nadira is by Alfian Saad, and the playwright who wrote Charged, which is the second play, is called Chong Si Chien. He's over there. Si Chien. These 2 plays is that they've only been seen by 300 people. Okay? And I think that in order for these plays to really open people's minds, to open people's hearts, to charge up people's spirits, to really kind of create something of a movement, they need to be seen by more people. These plays handle 2 subjects which are taboo in Singapore. Okay? Race and religion. But the interesting thing and the wonderful thing about these 2 plays is that they locate these abstract concepts of race and religion in very, very human, very personal, very funny dramas in context that we straight away understand. The army, which is charged, and the family, which is Nadira. So these 2 plays we are happy that these 2 plays are going to be part of a season called the Encore season. Altogether, these 5 plays add up to something really, really special. And I'll talk to you about it after we've seen some excerpts. Alright, so you actually hear the words. Okay? So these plays are at different stages of preparation and rehearsal. And so some of the actors will be holding their scripts, some will have rehearsed, but we've got many, many days and months actually to get it ready. Okay? So without further ado, hot off the playwright pen, is the playwright himself, Mr. Huzair Sulaiman, who will read a passage from The Weight of Silk and Skin. Please.